After Toy Story 3's almost perfect ending, Pixar has brought the toys back for a sequel that's positively bursting with Easter eggs and amazing hidden details. The movie has callbacks and deep-cut references to every single Pixar film so far. Yippee-ki-yay movie lovers, I'm Jan, and in this video I'll be helping you navigate the maze of Pixar Easter eggs, in-jokes and crucial details you might have missed in Toy Story 4. There are some mild spoilers ahead, though I avoid discussing any major plot points. And a new Toy Story giveaway just started on this video, so subscribe, hit the bell and let me know which Easter eggs you spotted for a chance to win. Let's kick things off with a nostalgic Easter egg to Up when Woody reunites with Bo Peep at the carnival. When Bo's sheep give her a bottle top, look closely as it's the grape soda pin that Ellie gave Carl when they were kids.
You and me? We're in a club now.
Carl also gave the pin to Russell at the end of that movie, and it's a nice touch by Pixar to include it in Toy Story 4 when Woody and Bo reunite, as it links back to the love that Carl and Ellie shared in Up. And powering Bo's skunk car are some B&L batteries. B&L, aka By and Large, is a corporation in WALL-E that basically enabled the pollution of the planet and sent humans away from Earth while it attempted to clear it up. Pixar always includes an Easter egg to its next movie, and for Onward you'll need to look carefully among the various attractions at the carnival. There's a stand called Dragon Zone which also has a little dragon on its banner.
Lizzie, down! Sorry, I didn't get a chance to walk her. Oh, bad dragon. Back to your lair.
Pixar's famous Pizza Planet truck has also been hidden at the carnival in a very curious way. Keep your eyes focused on the carnival worker who runs the game booth where Ducky and Bunny are prizes. You can see the truck for just a split second as a tattoo on the back of his leg in this scene where he knocks Buzz over. By the way, the official Art of Toy Story 4 book shows that the design of the Pizza Planet truck tattoo is styled in a similar fashion to the flaming targets at the Carney's game booth. The Pizza Planet truck appeared in the very first Toy Story movie and is a regular Pixar Easter egg. The stand also has lots more Easter eggs hidden among the toys. There's a couple of tiny red and white rockets attached to a toy planet, with a similar look to the iconic red and white Pizza Planet rocket from the Pizza Planet restaurant in the first Toy Story movie. Another similar rocket design also appears on some of the caps at the game booth. There are also several toy guitars with designs and patterns similar to the guitar that Miguel took from Ernesto de la Cruz Mausoleum in COCO. Other prizes include some rockets labelled X99, a nod to Toy Story 2 which was released in 1999. And the red star on a yellow circle with blue stripes to the side is a little Luxo ball Easter egg. The full Luxo ball appears in the antique shop, and I'll be getting to that Easter egg very shortly. The green frog here also looks very similar to one of the garbage truck toys that Lotso joined when he was picked up by the driver at the end of Toy Story 3.
Hey buddy, you might want to keep your mouth shut.
Toy Story 4 has an interesting connection with the Pixar short Toy Story of Terror via the Ship It truck, which you can spot parked outside the antique store. Ship It was the delivery company that was picking up packages from the Sleepwell Motel in Toy Story of Terror, and it's also the same truck that Combat Carl and some other toys hopped onto in the short's closing credits to escape from Ron, the motel manager, who was stealing toys to sell them on the internet.
Next stop, Billy's house.
This one's tricky to spot, but the same wooden cart plus balloons that Carl from Up had when he was a balloon salesman appears at the carnival. Also at the carnival is a truck with a clown painted on the side, a reference to the 1987 Pixar short film Red Stream. When Woody and the gang open up a hatch on the roof of the antique store, the famous Pixar Luxo ball appears on the floor below them for just a split second. The Luxo ball is a regular Pixar Easter egg and an homage to the animation studio's first short film Luxo Jr. Inside the store is a veritable cornucopia of vintage objects and Pixar Easter eggs. There's a box of Casey Jr. cookies which were used in A Bug's Life as wagons to transport P.T. Flea's circus, and of course there's also a Disney reference to the steam train which transported the circus in Dumbo. Next to the Casey Jr. cookies is the diving mask that belonged to the dentist in Finding Nemo. And Carl's cane from Up is also there, hidden away on an upper shelf.
Where's my cane? I just had it here.
On the wall in the store is a painting that references a scene in Up where Russell passes a group of dogs playing poker. In this painting, Charles Muntz and Doug the dog have also been added to the gambling table. By the way, the original scene in Up was itself a reference to a famous series of paintings of dogs playing cards which were commissioned to advertise cigars. Also hanging on the wall is an unlit sign for DINOCO, the oil company and gas station that's appeared in Pixar films including the Toy Story and Cars movies. Bonnie and her family also stop for gas at a DINOCO during their road trip. It's tricky to see, but there's a miniature black Ford Model T toy on one of the shelves, a nod to Lizzie from the Cars movies. You can spot another Cars reference on a license plate during the Forky rescue attempt. There's Carb County, short for Carburetor County, which is where Radiator Springs is located. And above the license number is Torqueville, another location in the Cars universe. As the toys flee from Gabby's ventriloquist dummies, they fly past an old-looking square box with the word Pixar on it. This is a vintage 80s Pixar image computer, a graphics machine developed by the company back in the days when it belonged to Lucasfilm. You can also see it used as a logo in some of Pixar's older short films. When Bo slides through Gabby's cabinet, there's a commemorative plate with a symbol that fans of Pixar's Brave will recognise, as the sword symbol represents King Fergus and Merida's clan. When Bo takes Woody to meet Duke Caboom inside the store, they go to a secret toy hangout inside a pinball machine. The Art of Toy Story 4 book shows that the arcade machine is called Tiki Party, a reference to the tiki heads inside the fish tank from Finding Nemo. And there are some great Easter eggs inside the pinball machine. The first one is Tinny, a one-man band player who originally appeared in the 1998 Pixar short film Tin Toy. Tinny was actually going to be one of the main protagonists of the original Toy Story movie, until it was decided the toy was too old-fashioned and he was replaced by Buzz Lightyear. Also inside the toy hangout are a couple of vintage Star Wars toys for Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ponda Baba. The wonderful thing about this particular Easter egg is that if you look very carefully, Obi-Wan Kenobi is repeatedly striking Ponda Baba on the arm with his lightsaber in an awesome homage to the original Star Wars cantina scene where Obi-Wan sliced off the walrus man's arm. And there may be another Star Wars arm loss reference when Woody accidentally pulls Bo's arm off. Franklin the toy bald eagle from the Toy Story short Small Fry is also inside the pinball machine. Franklin was part of the discarded Fun Meal Toys support group in that short, so it makes sense he's with the group of lost toys in Toy Story 4.
Why don't the kids like me? I'm like history, but on wheels!
Bo and Woody finally get to meet Duke Caboom, the Canadian stuntman toy who previously appeared in Jack's crib as an Easter egg in Incredibles 2. When Duke Caboom does the jump from the Ferris wheel, he passes across the moon in a little homage not just to E.T., but also to when Mater did a similar jump through the air in the first Cars movie. Duke Caboom is voiced by Keanu Reeves, and it's an especially fitting role for the actor as not only has Reeves starred in many action movies including John Wick, The Matrix and Speed, but he's also a keen motorcyclist and even co-owns a company that makes custom motorcycles.
Duke Caboom, Canada's greatest stuntman. Huh. Oh yeah, ha, ha, yes.
And as Caboom, Reeves also gets to deliver his famous "Whoa" line from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in the movie's mid-credits.
Whoa!
For more on Toy Story 4's post-credits, check out the second part of my Easter egg guide, which I'll link to at the end of this video. As for the voice of the TV announcer on the Duke Caboom commercial, that's Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Who's the most spectacular daredevil Canada has ever seen?
The A113 Easter egg is a regular Pixar one that proved a little tougher than usual to spot in Toy Story 4 compared to previous movies where it's often simply appeared on license plates or written on walls. This time you'll see it in Second Chance Antiques, but as a vintage 70s style sign. The appearance of A113 in Pixar's films is a tribute to the classroom at California Institute of the Arts where many of Pixar's animators studied. Other vintage sign Easter eggs to look out for in the store include this one for Ye Olde Poultry Palace. Poultry Palace is a chicken restaurant that featured in the Toy Story Toon short Small Fry. And in Toy Story 4, Bonnie and her family also visit the fast food chain during their road trip. There's an old record player in the antique store with an Ernesto de la Cruz greatest hits record. Keep your eyes peeled for a vintage ad for TRIPLEDENT, which is the brand of chewing gum with that very memorable jingle in Inside Out.
The song from the gum commercial.
You know, sometimes we send that one up to headquarters for no reason.
There's also a classic Eggman Moving Company sign in the antique shop, an Easter egg to the Eggman movers who appeared in the first Toy Story film. And as Vincent the ventriloquist doll wheels Gabby, Woody and Forky away, an old record starts playing. The song is Midnight, the Stars and You, which played at the end of The Shining. There have been numerous tributes to director Stanley Kubrick's classic movie and Pixar's films over the years, including the carpet in Sid's house in the first Toy Story movie, and various references to the horror film's Creepy Room 237.
Who's Velocistar 237?
Oh, that's just a dinosaur toy down the street. That's nothing. Let me just take care of that.
And there's another Kubrick homage when Buzz presses one of his buttons and his inner voice says, "Open the pod bay doors," which is a famous line from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Ducky and Bunny's fantasy sequences about how to get the key from the antique store owner are particularly hilarious.
What about the old plush rush?
There you go.
Oh, where did you two come from?
Well, we're not doing that.
And in another scenario, when the old lady opens her fridge at home, we get a glimpse at another regular Pixar Easter egg, the Chinese takeout box. The box has a very specific design and has appeared in the back of the Pizza Planet truck in Toy Story 2, in Inside Out, Monsters Inc., Ratatouille, and also Incredibles 2. Its first appearance was in A Bug's Life, where it was called
The Chinese Cabinet of Metamorphosis.
There's a ton more Pixar objects in Second Chance Antiques, and I'll run through a quick list of some to look out for. Elastigirl's Elasticycle from Incredibles 2 can be seen as a toy in the store. There's also one of the Monsters Inc. Scream canisters for sale. And there's a bear carving from Brave. The house from Up, which Carl so memorably took on a balloon journey, has been shrunk down into a doll's house and is now for sale. Bing Bong's rocket from Inside Out also appears. Plus there are board games for 2 Pixar shorts, Knick Knack and Lifted. The antique store itself is also a double Easter egg. Firstly, the address is 1200, a reference to 1200 Park Avenue in Emeryville, the address of Pixar Animation Studios. And Second Chance Antiques was founded in 1986, the same year Pixar was spun out as a separate corporation from Lucasfilm. We've also got some very cool Easter eggs to talk about from the movie's opening flashback scene, plus an intriguing change that Pixar made to Toy Story 4 that could completely debunk the Pixar theory. Those will all be in the second part of this video. I'll add the link here and in the video description for you to watch as soon as it's ready. So which Easter eggs did you spot in Toy Story 4, and are there any I missed? Share your thoughts in the comments below and be sure to subscribe to enter the Toy Story giveaway. Congratulations to the winner of my Aladdin giveaway. Email me from my About page so I can send you the prize. And if you enjoyed this, do hit that thumbs up button and tap left to watch the second part of this video, or tap right for more Pixar or other videos you're sure to like. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Yippee-ki-yay, movie lovers!